for the record, Steven Seagal is no fake. He's the opposite. And this guy really pinched a nerve when he said something about Steven Seagal.
It was really funny the other day when you texted me that picture of that guy, like his name, his profile on Facebook, right? Because I'm looking at it on my phone and I'm like, I recognize that name, but for bad reasons, because I noticed this guy had commented on various videos I put on the channel, usually just talking shit about Jean-Claude Van Damme or Steven Seagal. And, I looked him up. So I guess he's like a wannabe stuntman, right? So the irony is that he talks so much crap about like some of the greatest martial artists in film, yet he's not impressive and he hasn't even been in anything. So it kind of bugged me. It's like, why are you talking about like the greatest martial artists in films and you're trying to be a martial artist and a stuntman in film, but you haven't been in anything. You're not that good. So why are you talking crap? He just came across as such a hater. And I tried to respond to him, some of his comments just to kind of like say in general, I just don't like all the hate that you're spewing. It's like, why are you even watching these videos? I celebrate guys like Seagal and Van Damme. It's like, this is not the channel for you. But it's funny when you texted me his profile, because I'm like, oh, why are you texting me this? Like, is this your friend? Because I hope it's not, because I don't like this guy. I don't even know him. But the funny thing is, he's not your friend. In fact, anything but, and things actually got personal between the two of you.
Right. Very personal. Very personal. So, do you know his full name, Darren? Darren as a...
Darren Holmquist or something like that?
Yeah, that's him. Anyways, we had a fallout. He's called me a racist. He has no proof of anything, but if you read the text just recently, what I said, prove me that I'm racist. I'll give you $100,000, any amount of money you can prove to me. And I'll bet you he cannot, because that is the most ridiculous claim he has. He claimed that the city I lived in, Redding, California, is all racist rednecks. I said to him, what is your problem, dude? You don't like white people no more? Are you a transgender black person or something? And I mean, if somebody wants to be transgender, that's their business. That's their right. If someone wants to be a lesbian, that's their business. I'm not going to discriminate against anybody or anything. I'm not going to go in that direction. It's not my cup of tea, but I've never discriminated against any lesbians. I had 2 gay instructors that taught at my school. I've had gay students in my karate. I don't discriminate. I don't care if you're white, black, Spanish, Asian, Indian, whatever race you're, Arabic, Muslim. I have Muslim friends. I have almost any ethnic. My
just
best
out
man.
of curiosity, Gary, like, what are you exactly?
My ethnic is I'm German, Russian, Romanian, and I'm 50% Jewish. And my family went through the horrible. My grandmother left Russia back in 1917 to get away from. They were killing everybody. I've lost family members in Germany too. Now I'm more a Christian than Jewish. I mean, I'm Jewish blood, but I believe in Jesus. So I do believe in God. I've came around in different directions, but I've never held any religion I've studied I even studied the Quran when I was in the Middle East, just to be open-minded. This is not my cup of tea. I mean, I got a lot of Middle East friends. I love my Middle East friends. I'm not against Middle East. I'm not against Native Indians. I'm not against Mexicans. So I was married to a Mexican, loved her, still my best friends. I was married to a Taiwanese woman her mom is from Taiwan, and my current wife is Filipino. So,
yeah, you're basically the embodiment of the United Nations. It sounds like.
Right, exactly. I adopted an 8-year-old black boy, and unfortunately we lost him. We only had him for a month because the biological parent took him away from us. They took him, but I have an 8-year-old. I have a 13-year-old godson who's black. My grandmaster is black.
Yeah, real quick, Gary. Here's the thing, man. Like, if somebody were to call you a racist, it's really unfair if somebody calls anybody a racist without proof, because it's like you defending yourself just now. Obviously, you're not a racist, but it's so hard to, like, these people just want to put that label on you because it's, oh, well, if he's a racist, then we got to discount everything he says or does. And
nobody
can take him serious. It's like you could it's like you can't prove to him because he already made up his mind by putting a stupid label on you and trying to like attach that. But it's like you're anything but. But let me bring this point up real quick because this relates to Steven Seagal and some of these other action stars. People get really passionate with these guys for some reason, myself included, when you're talking about your Van Damme, your Stallone, your Steven Seagal. I've been defending these guys since college, like going back 20 years. It's almost like a religion or a philosophy or politics in a way, because in some ways these guys and there's movies have like impacted our lives. So we take that serious when people like talk crap about them. But the reason I point this out is because in your exchange with them, for whatever reason, you guys were arguing about politics. And if you guys don't agree, whatever, it is what it is. But I don't know why he's like trying to bring Steven Seagal into the discussion and like basically
he brought Frank
Steven
Dux.
Seagal.
Okay, so he brought Frank Dux. He said that you're affiliate, you're a fake because you're with Frank Dux. First of all, I'm not going to call Frank a fake on the internet. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't disrespect Frank to let him and put this guy down. I broke relationship with Frank for other reasons. For what he did to one of my good friends. He should apologize. He never accepted apologize. So I ended my friendship with Frank years ago for certain reasons.
One thing real quick, Gary, I'll tell you how stupid his logic is. If he's calling you a fraud because you're associated with Frank Dux, I like Frank Dux. I talked to Frank Dux. I'm associated with Frank Dux. I'm not a fraud. I don't, and I'm not saying Frank is or isn't, but
I did not break away.
Associated, or if you doesn't mean you're a fraud.
But I didn't break away from Frank because if he's fake or not, that wasn't the reasons why I broke away from Frank. I broke for other reasons because he said things that I asked him to apologize to one of my friends. Had he done that, I would have rekindled our friendship. And, I know all the things about Frank. I think he's, he has his opinion. We all have our opinion about Frank. And for him to attack me, Frank's not my instructor. He was a very, very good friend of mine. That's what it was. In the past, he was really close to me. I would do anything pretty much for Frank in the past. Now everything's changed because he's attacked, he's said things to very good family friends of mine. And I cannot take his side if he's going to continue his route, one day I pray, everything comes out and Frank will end this. Just like I protected Frank in another situation when somebody made up some hearsay shit,
Yeah, I remember that.
I will say about Frank, he's not a thief. He's never stole money from anybody. He's not a con man. There are con men out there and things like that about Frank. As far as that
guy, real quick, Gary, just get back on track. So that guy, based on like your previous association with Frank, he wants to call you a fraud, which is stupid.
Yeah,
but
I'm fake because I'm with Frank Dux and I'm a fake. That's the reason I'm fake. And and you should get his name out. Frank should hear this video because this guy just slandered Frank and Steven
Seagal, by the way.
Yeah, well, we're gonna go with Steven Seagal. Okay, so Steven Seagal, he said lots of things. Steven's talked about the Gene LaBelle thing, and he doesn't know all these things. And
real quick, Gary, as far as like the Gene LaBelle and Steven Seagal thing, the irony is he referenced a video interview that I did with Stephen Lambert, and Stephen Lambert is literally in the video said Gene did not choke out Steven, nothing happened.
Exactly.
But he's referencing that for his evidence. It's like, dude, watch the video. Stephen Lambert, who was there, a witness, literally said that never happened to Seagal. So it's like he's citing that as evidence. I used that video to prove that
Stephen Lambert
Steven Seagal.
Stephen Lambert said that he never got choked out. He never pooped in his pants. He never peed. He never did any of those things. That's all the lies that everybody else has slandered him, and a lot of people claim they were there. There were only 6 people witnessed, or 7 at the most, that were on set. And I know Stephen Lambert, he has his variation. Everybody has Conrad has a variation.
Yeah, I had the Conrad on the channel too, explaining everything. Yeah. So we put that whole rumor dumb story to rest.
Yeah, we squashed it. We
squashed it. But
I know that Stephen Lambert really respects Steven Seagal. If he thought he was a fake or fraud in martial arts, he would never put him in a movie. It seems like these wannabe people are the ones that keep calm and fake. And then he said, oh, well, if I got the guy, I could beat the guy. He doesn't know how to move. He's too fat.
Hey guys, just for an example, so you can see how ridiculous and nonsensical and how much of a hater this Darren guy is. He said, I'm not worried. Seagal couldn't even bend over on set years ago because he was so out of shape. He does Aikido where people fall down on purpose for him. It's why Gene LaBelle beat his ass on set 15 years ago. Plus, Aikido doesn't work in fighting. It requires compliance. So this guy knows very little. He knows nothing about Steven Seagal's Tenshin Aikido, pre-war Akujitsu. He obviously knows nothing about the Gene LaBelle incident. He just goes with the stupid rumors. But anyway, that kind of puts that in perspective.
Well, let me say something about people overweight. I mean, it's not healthy, but it's his business. If Steve wants to be overweight, he can still move. I watched him move. He can take people and put them right down the ground like a. Just because you're overweight, it doesn't stop you from doing your martial arts. My master Alpo, Andy Alpo, was a Hawaiian guy. I've seen that guy do tons of push-ups. He could turn the temperature in the studio 100-something degrees, 120, and kill every student. He'd be the last one standing. So when people say, how did that guy can do that? Well, so Steven can tear apart probably most people apart if he wants to. The guy is very capable.
I don't doubt that, Gary. You cannot judge somebody by their appearance. I mean, look at Sammo Hung doing more of the acrobatic martial arts, and he's a quite overweight guy. Or you got some really small, skinny guys who are like strong and powerful that you would never.
Yes. You're right.
Can't judge somebody by the way they look, whether they're underweight or overweight.
Sammo Hung is a good. You're right. Sammo Hung is a great example. There are a lot of people that have a weight problem, and they will kick your ass in the split of a second. I mean, it's your mental ability. If I want to do 100 pull-ups, they can do 100 pull-ups and have a weight problem. I mean, they're crazy. They're crazy. I mean, anyways, to knock Steven because he's overweight, go for it. Go ahead. I dare you to face the guy, Anyways.
The fact that he talks about Steven Seagal so negatively, and again, this guy's trying to get in the film world and do stunt work. Like he doesn't have the amount of talent that a single hair on Steven Seagal's ponytail does, but he's talking shit about Steven. Like, and if you look at his IMDb, like the movies that he's been in, I don't even know if you could call those movies. Like I looked at some of them. No one's ever heard of them. Some of them have like maybe like a $10,000 budget. So it's not even a film. It's not even a SAG film. It's not a real movie. A lot of them are short. So look, I would never shit on somebody trying to break in by doing these movies that no one's ever going to see. That's fine. You got to get your experience. The only issue I have with him is that he's shitting on people like Van Damme. He's shitting on people like Steven Seagal, whereas he's the only one doing shit films that no one's ever going to see. So that's what bugs me. It's like, he's like the ultimate hater. You're like this stuntman martial artist in these films that no one will ever see, no one's ever heard of. Do your thing. But if you're going to start shitting on like the greats, then F you, basically, is my stance.
Right. And he turns everything around. He spins everything around. When he called me a fake, I said, hey, come say it to my face. Now, I wasn't going to hurt him or punch him. I just like to say, hey, come say it to my face. Let's see if there's a man to say it to my face instead. And then he interpreted it as a threat. And then he said, well, let's get into a match at a school or something. I said, come down to San Diego if you want. And then what he did, he was really smart. I blocked him when he said, he called me a racist. That was the point of no return. I just blocked him. And then what he did is he tagged me on his wall. He tagged all his friends and said, I challenged him and Gary chicken out.
I noticed that. What a punk move, man. And then you unblocked him to set the record straight.
Yeah, I'm not afraid of you. Are you kidding me? And you want to come to San Diego? Like I said, I'm the first person. He will have to punch me. I will punch. I don't punch first unless I defend myself. Mm-hmm. I'm not known to beat up. I'm not a bully, but I like to see him say it to my face because he's, And then there's one of the comments he says he's twice my size. And I said, dude, what do you mean? By you 12 feet tall? Are you 400 pounds? I kept asking him specifically, what is it? Well, what are your size? And he's about 6 feet, almost 6 feet too. So what the difference? You're not 6'3", you're not 6'4", you're not 6'5" like Steven Seagal. So don't tell me you're twice my size. Well, you're 400 pounds? He's not 400 pounds. He's about my weight. So what he said was incorrect. And, you know, and like I
It
said,
was
the
a
guy,
stupid exaggeration. It's not like you're 5'5". You're like
yeah, and then
bigger than
and then
average guy.
I told him I have a surprise for him. He didn't know what the surprise, and then again I have a surprise for you. Don't worry. And that's the surprise is this video. You know,
And he thought he interpreted it
and you
like
know what?
some kind
And
of
you know what he
threat,
said?
like,
But
right?
but you know what? Then he said immediately when I said it's a surprise, I got evidence now that you are going to. The police is going to go after you. This is not a police. I'm not threatening him. I'm not going to go bully him. I'm not going to shoot him with a gun. Okay, good. So I told Steven Seagal about this. He's aware of it. And he'd probably get a video of this as well. But, you know, he gets this every day. There's so many.
Well, of course, Steven gets this every day, man. And, you know, so Gary, it's like this. Damn, what's this dude's name? Darren. Yeah, this Darren guy. I don't even think he deserves any attention, not even from this video, but I don't like how he's personally attacking you. And in general, I've defended Steven Seagal like on this channel, but going back 20 years, even in college, because I'm just sick of these haters. At the end of the day, they're jealous. They haven't accomplished anything themselves, so they want to pick on somebody who's accomplished a lot. Like Steven Seagal has accomplished way more than just his film career. I mean, look, he's with, you know, the music career, the martial arts, like all kinds of things. And he does like a lot of, you know, like environmentalism and animal rights stuff that nobody hears about, like these really great things. You know, so it just pisses me off when people like that attack Steven, and this is just like the poster child for it. That's the only reason we're talking about him. That and he personally attacked you.
If you notice all this started back in the 90s when he did Under Siege, when he became real big, and there was a jealousy. This is all jealousy, and you know, this guy is a nobody. Like I said, his films are a joke. His martial art ability, he's not even a black belt or something. He's, you know, he was in my school years ago. I saw him. I wasn't impressed. This guy's never really gone anywhere in the movie industry or anywhere. And
he won't with the kind of attitude and hate he has towards the greats. Like, that's a turnoff. Like, think about it. If you worked in the film industry, like if I had a position of power where I could hire a stuntman or a martial artist and I knew they're shitting on Van Damme and Skull, I would never fucking hire them. Fuck them.
I mean, he's insulting. And I would recommend anybody in the film industry like Don Wilson the Dragon or Benny Urquidez the Jet or Cynthia Rothrock, all these great people to not work with this guy. He's a troublemaker. He's not, you know, he's disrespectful. And him to insult Steven Seagal, who's one of my closest friends, a brother to me, I really would, I got his back all the time. He's the real deal martial artist. He doesn't deserve to be put down. And, you know, this guy is a bully. You know, he called me a keyboard warrior. I don't know if you saw that. I'm a keyboard warrior.
You've trained Navy SEALs, right?
Yes, for 21 years.
You're not a keyboard warrior. You train real warriors.
Yeah. By the way, one of my students put a nice article about me on his wall. What I did, professionally training, did all this. And you know what he did? He erased it. He didn't want nobody to see it.
Of course he did. I will share that in this video. I will read it and share that post. There's a lot more people that are going to see it than would see it on his Facebook wall. You know. All right. So that letter that Gary's student had wrote, Gabriel Fregosa, he said, "I've known Soki Gary Henry Amen for 30-something years now. Calling him a racist is an accusation that I've never heard leveled at him, and is inflammatory in this day and age, to say the least. Soke has run many dojangs in the San Diego area and beyond, mostly catering to military as well as poor and underprivileged students. He has personally funded the training with his own studios of students of all ethnicities and has also funded the furtherance of their training under other specialized instructors. He also has set up training and recruitment in neighborhoods which money-hungry fake instructors typically shy away from." So you guys can pause the video here if you want to read the rest of it, but this basically gives you a better idea about Gary Amen and his history.
Yeah. I got a commendation letter I can send you from an admiral that from Warrington, the most decorated Navy SEAL, and he wrote a commendation letter for me. So I mean, give me a break, you know. I mean, this guy doesn't know my background, doesn't know why I was in the Middle East, doesn't know I was a hostage overseas. I'm not afraid of this guy at all. I could fight 20 of these guys at one time. And him going on and said that I was a coward and a chicken. Oh my God, give me a break, man. He's a little boy. He's a wannabe. And, you know, people like this need to be put down and shut down. And people in the film industries, they're great movie guys like Stephen Lambert and, you know, Jeff Langton and, you know, Louis Tan and Philip Tan and all these great people out there. All these people out there don't need to deal with this Mickey Mouse idiot.
Real quick, Gary, if he does have the balls to go down to San Diego, by the way, somebody's got to film it so I can play that on this channel.
Come, please. Come down.
With the guy in line, man.
I'll tell you what, I'll let him hit me as hard as he wants. He gets the first punch. Come on and take your best blow, my friend. Anytime. I'm not afraid of you, okay? I'm not afraid of you, dude. I'm not afraid. Do whatever you want. Let's try it. Let's see what you can, man. But, you know, I seen your skill. It's not there. Sorry. You don't have it, what it is made in martial arts. You know, who's your teachers? Who's currently teaching you right now? I don't think you have any teachers, you know? You're a wannabe, dude. That's the truth. You're a wannabe. And you wouldn't, if you're a really good guy and you are a martial artist, you wouldn't be out there doing what you're doing now. And you're disrespectful. Hey, I wanted to put on another note, a good guy. I'm glad that Mike was out of the woods. He didn't deserve to be framed on the airplane. Mike Tyson.
Oh, yeah. No, that guy was antagonizing, man. Like
that guy. Yeah, the guy, Mike didn't hit him. Had Mike hit him, he'd had a broken nose, broken jaw. Mike was slapping him. Mike didn't. You can see that he got no black eyes. There's no bad red bruises. There's little scrapes, but nothing in there that looked like. And the guy just got Mike to the max. He probably set him up.
I wouldn't doubt that, dude, because people would love to set up someone like Mike Tyson or Seagal or whatever because they know there's a potential multi-million-dollar lawsuit. But look, just speaking as like a human and a guy in general, we all have our threshold, you know, and some people's are a lot higher, some people's are lower. But if somebody is forcing an issue and antagonizing to a certain level, it's like, as a human, you're going to react at some point. Even Mother Teresa would probably lash out at a certain point, right? We're just human. There's only so much you can take before somebody gets that far under your skin. Like even this guy got under your skin, this Darren dude. It's like, there's only so much you can take where it's like, you know what? I'm going to lash out on this motherfucker, you know?
I know. So I officially, it's on record. I never threatened to hurt him or kill him or do anything. I would never do that.
He just interpreted it a different way, you know, and you explained everything of your comments, but he's got a certain way of thinking.
He's crazy. He's psycho. He's the one that immediately made a threat to me, goes on a wall and says, yeah, let's go. Let's do a fight. Let's go. And then because I didn't see his message because he blocked me. And then I used one of my accounts later to check what's going on. And then I see that I unblocked him on my account to respond, to defend myself. Dude, I'm not afraid of you. I don't know where you're going with this direction, man. I'm the opposite of fear. I've been already near death situations many times. You think I'm afraid of you? Oh my God. Give me a break. You're not good enough to be afraid of. Okay. You're definitely a joke. Insulted Steven Seagal, insulted Frank Dux, I'm sure he attacked many other people out there.
That's just the way he is, man. And again, just to wrap it up, this guy is really not worth our time or energy. We probably spent more time than anybody ever should discussing him. This was more about defending the greats, and this guy just happened to be like the poster child for Master Troll, King of the Trolls on hating Van Damme and Seagal and all these guys. That's why we're talking about him. You know, you gotta get this that out every once in a while. You know,
he needs to go get help. He needs to get some professional help. That's all I can say. For the record, Steven Seagal is no fake. He's the opposite. And this guy really pinched a nerve when he said something about Steven Seagal. He doesn't deserve that. There's a lot of people slandering him right now. For the record, he's in Russia with Ukraine with soldiers. He's not in Ukraine. Hasn't been in Ukraine. I don't even know when he's been in Ukraine, but he's not there. He's not doing any such way to hurt the Ukrainian people. He's a diplomat. He's in Russia. He's in Dubai, but the guy's a peaceful lover guy. He's still American U.S. citizen. He supports our country. Mm-hmm. But this guy, to label this guy as a spy or anything is incorrect. it's wrong. And, you know, they're trying to set up Steven Seagal, trying to get him in trouble.
You know, and the reality of it, if anything, I think Steven Seagal will help bring peace between Ukraine and Russia. Like, if anything. So when they're saying like the complete opposite and trying to make him sound like it, I mean, no, trust me, if anything, he will do what he can as a diplomat to help end that conflict. And I hope he gets credit for that when it ends, because I hope he does. And it flips like the BS narrative that they got on him.